Sunday afternoon volleyball inside Carmichael Arena. And rivalry week, it continues. NC State makes that 25-mile trek into Chapel Hill to face North Carolina. The Wolfpack boasts a strong, balanced roster. And there they are with a 16-6 record, continuing this fine season. Glad that you are with us today in, they call it Carmichael Arena, affectionately known to many as Carmichael Auditorium. Kelly Burke, Kevin Fitzgerald with you. This should be a fun one. NC State, I mentioned the record. They're 16-6, and their head coach, Lucas LeBay, he keeps elevating this program. It's their best year in about a half-decade, and they're trying to get back to the NCAA tournament since 2017. So if you know Slabay, though, he's always focused on the here and now, and that now, the next task is UNC and continuing to stack wins. There has been zero talk of the NCAA tournament, but NC State making a very strong case for consideration. The only team to have beaten Louisville in ACC play. But the Wolfpack have to take care of business today here against the Tar Heels, who've won 8 of the last 10 meetings. That Louisville win, that was probably the loudest in the ACC this year. So for NC State to bounce back after the loss on Friday, who doesn't need a big match from? Outside hitter Ava Brazard has to play well. She paces the Wolfpack 3.5 kills per set, a fiery competitor who has a deep toolbox of shots. At 5'10", undersized, but crafty, who moves the ball around a lot and has really improved her out-of-system swings. For North Carolina, outside hitter Imani Foster has really steadied this Tar Heels offense, who is playing 4 freshmen regularly. Foster 15 kills each of her last 3 matches. An explosive hitter who elevates over that block at 5'10". She can tool off of it and is a great back row attack option for the Tar Heels. She packs a major 1-2 punch with maybe Schaffmaster on that left side. Yeah, she is coming alive of late, like you mentioned, and there are those numbers. It's a second straight 15-kill performance. That was in the 4-set loss, though, to Duke on Wednesday. So these two teams, opponents today, they share one thing in common. They're trying to bounce back from losses in recent days. That first swing right out of the middle from Jada Allen, that's the junior middle for NC State, goes long. Now she was calling for a touch at the net. And she was given a touch, yep. Allen was. And really important that NC State get their middles going early to open things up for the pin hitters. And something that's always critical in any game plan. So NC State, of course, in that bright red, they serve it away. Well, the block is strong, and it's not just Allen. It's the combination of her and Martina Leoniak. Leoniak and Allen, and it was funny, we were talking to Coach LeBay, and I was commenting what an elite blocker Jade Allen is, and he said she's been frustrated with her block. I don't know why. Well, she takes it personal when she does not excel at the net. Doesn't see. Here's Mabry Schaffmaster. You mentioned her a moment ago. She is the all-conference force. That first big rip is long, though, and so it's a 3-0 start for the Wolfpack. Really important that NC State get off to a good start here on the road. They're just 1-4 on the road in ACC play. And that latest loss was at Cameron Indoor 2 nights ago. Just an agonizing 5-set loss that was intense. Came down to the wire. Oh, every set close. Went almost 3 hours. Leoniak denied that time. They go back to her. So UNC with a chance. Zoe Barrett is the freshman center #1 in the Tar Heel Blue. Making her 4th straight start. And she's run the offense quite well. Amanda Rice, her big swing neutralized. That was Maddie May with the dig. NC State awarded the point, went off of Nolan and out of play. Nolan, and that's something she's been working on her block. She's pretty much drinking out of a fire hose. UNC moving her to the middle this year, and she had been playing outside hitter, so blocking still a work in progress. And so now more of those responsibilities on her shoulder with Kaya Merkler, the veteran middle, out again. Boy, a 5-0 NC State start, and you just saw that look of anguish on Schaffmaster's face, kind of let out of breath and a sigh, because she's staring that score in the face as well. And Mike Shaw is not messing around. UNC head coach calls timeout. Wolfpack up on the road. Lucas Lebay was hired 3.5 years ago. The Slovenian took this job February of 2020. Good timing. He can handle just about anything. As the last couple of years, he has elevated this program. Back-to-back top half finishes in the ACC. And Kelly, this season, they are having their best year in more than a half-decade. That NCAA tournament season in 2017.
I really appreciate it. We had a fun conversation with Coach Lebay on Friday. He's so matter-of-fact, so direct.
Honest head coach, direct.
And he really coaches this team like a professional team.
Well, and it makes sense. He's coached Olympians. He coached professional ball in Europe for many years before he got back into college coaching. There's another big kill for NC State. So what gives here? It's 6-1 NC State already.
NC State, they've been in system, did a great job handling this tough Mabry Schaffmaster serve. Normally that's a good point scoring rotation for UNC. And the Wolfpack have been able to run a lot of options in the front row.
So the latest kill from Amanda Rice, the junior veteran, picks up right where she left off Friday, was unstoppable. Leoniak, that's a clever shot, 7-1.
Leoniak, great vision, seeing where that block was, going to the off-speed look, and she's so versatile, she can play either pin.
She's been in and out of the lineup, played a few sets on Friday, and getting the start today. Allen serves it. UNC needs something here. This is Foster, who you spotlighted right off the top. Here's a chance for the Tar Heels. Thurman neutralized that time. There's a whistle, and there was a net touch. So UNC is awarded the point. Mike Shaw, first season as the head coach at UNC. A couple of former greats on the sideline. Shaw, two-time captain at Penn State, guided the Nittany Lions to, what, 3 Final Fours, coached there for many years as an assistant as well.
Yeah, under Russ Rose, and Coach Shaw, one of the nicest coaches in college volleyball.
I think both of these head coaches, you get the sense their players certainly enjoy being in their systems. Back-to-back now for the Tar Heels. So Maddie May serves it away. First set just getting started. First of we shall see. In recent years, UNC has won a lot of the recent matches and in short order. So we'll play best 3 out of 5. First to 25 wins the set. Played a 15 in the 5th.
NC State doing a nice job handling that short serve of Maddie May, able to run their middle, and Riley Schock.
Barrett flicks it back to Foster. She's blocked. Madison Williams got a piece of it.
NC State's block alive and well here early in this match. Just a really nice read from Imani Foster as a one-option pass for the Tar Heels.
NC State with its first block. And strings points again. This is Marissa Meyerhofer at the service line. Had a couple of aces Wednesday inside Cameron Indoor.
Has come in and done her job as a serving stub really well as of late.
Big swing from Leoniak on the other side of the floor this time. That one whizzes long.
That's NC State's first attack error in this match. Really nice start so far for the Wolfpack.
On 10 swings, they hit right around 200 on Friday. Just one too many attack errors in that 5-set loss to Duke. This NC State team very much had turned the page immediately. Sort of a squad. Williams right off the hands and through.
At UNC block, they just have to do a better job of sealing the net. They're getting up, they're getting the block set up, but able to sneak through this. Madison Williams right through the hands because Zoe Barrett hadn't quite sealed her hands to the net.
And so even that fraction of real estate is something that your opposition can take advantage of. Foster, big rip.
I almost had to duck out of the way there. Foster, she elevates so well. Just 5'10". You would not know it from her hang time. Watch this approach, this jump in high off the fingertips of that NC State block.
UNC definitely needed a loud kill, maybe in that manner, perhaps to spark something. The center for NC State in this sequence now, Naomi Cabello. They go with the two-center offense. Schaffmaster makes it back-to-back for the heels.
NC State running that 6-2 offense, so you will see Naomi Cabello rotate into this match, and she will switch with Kristen McDaniel in that back row.
Yeah, Cabello wears number 8 in the red, McDaniel number 5. On the other side, we mentioned Barrett, maybe some Anita Babick as well. Nothing there for Broussard, so back to Schaffmaster. That's off the hands and pounds it away. So there's 3 in a row for the heels.
Really important kill, too, for Mabry Schaffmaster, because we saw her frustration at that first time out, but getting that block going, tooling off of it.
And so now NC State counters with a timeout of its own. So both head coaches not shy to use the timeouts early in this set after the 3-0 North Carolina run. So while we got a second, our first chance to remind you that it is officially ACC championship season, and all the coverage is right here on the ACC network. So later tonight, we've got first round coverage of the ACC women's soccer tournament. UNC, by the way, the 4 seed in the tournament, they play Pitt at 8 Eastern. Later this week, Tuesday and Wednesday, you got the field hockey quarters and semis. UNC, always a very prominent field hockey program. They're the 1 seed. They have to buy into the semifinals. Start looking ahead. How about championship season in about a month or so in this conference? We are officially 4 weeks.
Crazy. It's gone fast.
Selection Sunday. And right at the top, as you would expect, Louisville and Pitt. Everybody thought we would see these two once again. It was no surprise that they are right there, tied at the top.
Look at, though, really the top 7 or 8 teams in the standings. Very little separation. And Georgia Tech, Florida State, both 9-2. Miami playing really well right now. Wake Forest trying to make their first NCAA tournament ever. NC State, top 35 in the RPI, making a very strong case. And Duke, don't forget about them. They've won 4 of their last 5.
So the ACC got 6 teams in the tournament a couple years ago, 5 last year. They should certainly push for 6 again, you would think. Now, Louisville got Pitt, so they handed their counterparts their lone ACC loss to this point.
And swept them.
Meanwhile, it was this NC State team that handed Louisville its lone conference loss.
4 sets, the only team to have taken out Louisville in ACC play this season.
So meanwhile, as we were discussing the standings there, North Carolina sneaks another point in. The 8-3 run just came to an end after the service error. And so Sky Stokes, this is the very reliable libero. He's got a power serve.
Has a jump topspin serve, very much like Mabry Schaffmaster, and this thing is lethal.
Well, you can see some of the audible woos in a sense that had North Carolina scrambling. There you go, 12-9.
Sky Stokes right on cue off that overpass. Such a point-scoring weapon at the service line, and great job by Madison Williams, Jada Allen, being aware in that front row. You have a point-scoring opportunity there off the overpass.
I mean, this was the first chance for a lot of the fans in this building to see this serve. You know, it can surprise you if you're not aware of her type of game. That one's just a bit long of the chalk.
It comes in there, get fast. Spinning, it's over 50 miles per hour. It's all about the toss, though. You have to have, it's a high-risk, high-reward serve.
You just saw the 28 aces. That's top 10 in the league. That'll work for Sydney Nolan.
Great awareness, the freshman in the front row off that overpass as Leoniak had trouble handling that first ball contact. For both of these teams, that first ball contact going to be critical. That's something they both struggled with against Duke earlier this week.
You hear every coach say it, passing, back row defense, it's just so important if you want to play at the high levels. Schaffmaster slices it through. This is Cabello again, up high to Broussard. Got it off those fingertips, so it ricochets off the Tar Heel, out of bounds. NC State point. There's
the craftiness of Ava Broussard, undersized at 5'10", but able to find the outside hand of the Tar Heels block.
Even despite being, what, 5'10", if you will, top 5 in the league in kills per set, about 3.5.
She's had some big matches, too. 25 kill match earlier this season.
Big step forward, a sophomore from Michigan. Coach Slebe says she's very organized, like me, very detail-oriented. This one should be still alive. Broussard tried to flick it to an empty space. And a little bit of miscommunication there. A whole bunch of Wolfpack players were descending on that spot.
Foster is so good on that from that back row, and her hang time also helps the situation as she literally just hung in the air on that tip shot, reading where the defense and block was and finding the donut in that floor.
Meanwhile, 1-point set once again. Broussard just jams it straight down.
What an approach by Ava Broussard. Super tempo, fast set to the pin. Watch how fast that ball shoots to the pin. It allows her to get a big approach and a real fast swing. Giant hole in that block.
It almost looked like it was a faster, more expedited approach than you would have normally seen.
And it was a faster, flatter set, too, to that left side.
Talk about the heat. The heat coming this way with Mabry Schaffmaster.
I know, we might be in a line of fire here because Schaffmaster, this is one of her best shots. This sharp cross shot. Just sneaks it inside that block. That is a very hard angle to hit.
Did you see you could see just the turn of the wrist. Trying to get a little extra spin in English on it. Rice is the lefty, neutralized that time.
Well, that was great out by Schaffmaster too, but UNC not able to take advantage.
That's a couple of times you've said that. So North Carolina, NC State defensively doing a fine job handling those serves. And the hit percentage continues to spike at 409, and that's a nice way to set the tone in the first set.
Coach LeBay will certainly take 409 for your offense.
Barrett, that quick flat serve to the middle, and Nolan spikes it down.
Sydney Nolan coming off a 10-kill performance against Duke. She was one of the few bright spots offensively, but really doing a nice job disguising where she was going to hit that shot. Looked like she was going to swing into the left and ended up finding the hole in the defense on the right.
You know, had all that upside. You just saw it there at the bottom. High school All-American. And Mike Charles said she's been a fun project this year. Excellent dig that time by Barrett on the floor. The one-arm save. And a block. North Carolina's just knotted things up.
That's the momentum a one-arm dig like that from your setter, no less, will give you. Is watch this one-arm dig and the block by UNC up and ready.
That time they sealed it off a little better, and it was Swift as well. He's UNC's blocks leader. McDaniel now in the set. That's number 5 in the red. She wants Leoniak. She's getting some early work in this first set. Oh, McDaniel on the ground to bump that one up. And then NC State is awarded the point.
Nice job, NC State, too, scrambling. Really big out-of-system broken play, still able to point score off of it.
McDaniel, a couple of digs per set. That one very impressive. So it breaks the tie. North Carolina had tied it up for just the first time in this set. They fell behind 4-0 quickly. They were down 7-1 at one point. Swift able to find some fingertips and gets the kill.
UNC has done an effective job of being able to establish their middles here in about the last 5 points or so. It's found Sadie Swift, Sydney Nolan at times, especially in transition. That's big.
That duo has taken 9 swings in the first set. Williams handled by North Carolina. Foster hit the antenna, and so that means NC State point.
Rare hitting error from Imani Foster, who has been so consistent, especially the last 3 matches, 15 kills in each of those matches. hitting it a really nice clip. She has just been such a nice 1-2 punch with Schaffmaster on that left side.
No surprises, a tight first set between the two rivals. Stokes dug that one out. Zard keeps the rally going. Got a piece of that. Leoniak flailed for it, so here's a free ball. Foster off the hands, and it's a kill.
UNC's doing a really nice job of when they're getting NC State out of system and they get that ball back in a rally, they're taking advantage and killing the ball pretty quickly.
Second time the first set. Brizard, a precision kill, finds the floor.
Brizard, so much power, and you have got to get 4 hands up against her. No touch on this ball, and sneaking it right between the back row defenders.
3 Wolfpack players with 3 kills. We mentioned it's a balanced roster in a sense. Meyerhofer could not handle that one. 2-point lead.
Stokes also getting the benefit too of that ball just clipped the net, so it took a little bit of a weird spin for UNC to try and dig it.
Yeah, you see that tape just bobbing up and down, still reverberating, and that prompts Mike Schull to take the second timeout in this first set. He has none left. Having such a fine season. Its best season in more than a half decade. They last went to the NCAA tournament in 2017. The record 16-6 with a loud win against Louisville.
Very loud.
They were ranked number 5 in the nation earlier this month. Their RPI is 31. That number is very important. It's a big factor that the NCAA selection committee weighs. And so this certainly is very much a tournament caliber team.
NC State, if they can just take care of business the rest of the way over this final month, because you see there are no remaining matches against the RPI top 50, but they have that signature Louisville win over a top 5 team. The first time NC State had ever beaten a top 5 team in program history. The body of work is there. Again, but you just have to take care of business against the lower half of the ACC here the last month of the season. And as you pointed out early in our broadcast, Coach LeBay, they have zero talk of anything about the NCAA tournament. It gets shut down right away.
Very much a stay in the present, focused on the current task sort of philosophy he brings to the table.
Serve.
Barrett tried to scramble, and that's back-to-back, so you just see the value in having someone who can serve like Stokes. You know, a couple of years ago, she was top 10 in the nation in total service aces at West Virginia. Transfers first season in Raleigh, been a luxury to have in the service line.
And she's been targeting Marissa Meyerhofer on the other side.
Now where does she go?
Shot right at Schaffmaster.
Schaffmaster's very good defensively. Change up. That one's dug out. Brizard has something here. Back to the all-conference stud, and that one is punched right back at her. It's a 4-0 NC State run.
Allen and Williams doing such a nice job. Great setup, great block timing, and then watch them shoot their hands over the net, take away that seam shot of Schaffmaster.
Well, that Allen right there, number 16 in the red, leads the pack and blocks just about 1 a set. And again, not a clean look here for North Carolina. So Stokes does her job. Cabello to the middle. They handle the Allen swing. And that one was just time connection.
This time jump by Sadie Swift, and it was a decent set too. She just completely missed on it with the jump that she had. And UNC has to get out of this rotation. They're struggling right now. Good point scoring rotation for NC State.
Stokes continues just to harness the power. This is a 5-0 run. Yeah, that one had a little too much arc on it. North Carolina to side out.
Got a little bit too far under it. And that's the high reward, high risk that you have with the jump topspin. But Coach LeBay, he'll take the 5-0 scoring
Yeah,
run. That's
right.
You're going to have some errors there with that jump topspin.
Sure, North Carolina gets one back, but remember, she's responsible for about 3 or 4. And Brazard played a little
Soccer.
football. Creative. The second one got her, though. So, all right, door is open just ajar in the first set. North Carolina's only hitting 161. NC State, quite simply, has been a little sharper. They were hitting over 300 until that latest error. Nolan tried to dunk it. Handled by Stokes. That's impressive. Foster couldn't get there. Might have been a bit of miscommunication. And now the visitors are 2 away from a set winner.
NC State, too, I've been impressed. Their scrappiness, when it looks like things are breaking down, plays are breaking down, they're still able to keep that ball up.
It's been a variety of characters there. It's been Stokes, McDaniel, Cabello at times, even players like Leoniacs, the pin hitters have done a fine job. And Cabello making McDaniel serve, flies far, 23-20. All right, welcome to Chapel Hill. Deep in the first set. Your timing's perfect. Welcome to a set point. Hope you're enjoying a great day of volleyball. Virginia, a winner. So here we are. UNC, NC State. Little rivalry battle with Kelly Burke, Kevin Fitzgerald with you. NC State has got the home team up against the ropes here in the first set. However, Shaftmaster with a timely kill. That's the all-conference force for UNC. Doors open still.
Shaftmaster, just a smart shot going low seam off the hands of that NC State block.
And so Shaftmaster, who is the noted vicious server, has an impressive one. Yeah, this is a good time for her to be at the service line. Can she go on a run? Oh, that's it. Set 1 is in the books. And it was a set that North Carolina State got up early in. They controlled the tempo and the command. And outside of a couple times UNC tied it, it was a fine set. And they're up 1-0. That first set, and so it's a first set winner for the visiting club. Glad that you are with us on this Sunday, third match of a triple header right here on the ACC Network. That's Kelly Burke, Kevin Fitzgerald with you. So a good start for NC State. Remember, they dropped the agonizing 5-setter a couple days ago to Duke. So now the program just continues to elevate slowly under Lucas LeBay. This is their best year for the program, that is, in a half-decade since they went to that NCAA tournament in 2017. But we know Lucas LeBay is very much an in-the-moment, stay-present sort of a guy. And so next up is we just have to take care of business today against North Carolina.
NC State has had zero talk all season of the NCAA tournament, but the Wolfpack are under serious consideration. RPI of 30. They're the only team in the ACC to have beaten Louisville in conference play. So the body of work is there, and now it's just a matter of can the Wolfpack take care of business this last month of the season, as they won't have any remaining matches against RPI top 50 teams to move up.
You know, that's the most impressive win in conference this season, is it
No
not?
doubt. On their home floor, where NC State has been dominant, just one loss this season at home, and it's come to Pitt.
You know, and they beat him in 4 sets. And that is a win that can really just jumpstart. It can elevate any sort of a season. But we just mentioned it. You know, this program, they very much embodied the, hey, next day, turn the page sort of a mentality. So that one will certainly help all the resume talk, if you will. But they're concerned with just stacking wins the final 4 weeks of the regular season.
Now they're out of system ball for UNC.
Yeah. So can North Carolina get off on better footing this second set? That's a big one there for Imani Foster to try to slice a few through the defense early in this second set.
Foster really has been the bailout, that back row attack, out of system ball, and still able to terminate.
4 kills leading the way for the Tar Heels. She's been red hot of late. Back-to-back 15 kill performances. Number 7 in the red who just swung there. That is...
Oh, what a dig.
Yeah, tone-setting pin hitter for the Wolfpack. That's Ava Broussard. Sydney Nolan sends it through.
Nolan, I appreciate her effort so much. She's working so hard to make herself available in transition. And keep in mind, she came in as an outside hitter, hadn't played middle since 16 years old, but she's making it look very efficient in that middle for UNC.
She's had to play middle with Kaya Merkler now out for a 4th straight match.
Hoping to get Kaya Merkler back possibly as soon as next weekend, but that's an experienced senior for you on UNC squad, so a lot of freshmen seeing playing time right now.
And Merkler, starter for many years, she's a senior, so it's a freshman and a sophomore in the middle. Nolan with Swift. Here's Romani Thurman, another first-year player on the right side. Big swing from Amanda Rice. That one was wide.
Rice coming off that career-high 27 kills the other night against Duke, but hasn't quite been able to find her range yet in this match, and she's a central part of this NC State offense on that right side.
27 in a 5-set or so, more than 5 a set, and you're thinking, well, how many swings, how many errors? She hit 440. That is
on 50 swings, just 5 attack errors. Talk about efficiency. And that was huge too, because Amanda Rice had been struggling the 3 or 4 matches before that.
Was slumping a bit. Although that one, it was an arduous one to drop. They lose in 5 sets. Inside Cameron Indoor on Friday. Zoe Behrens, the center for UNC. Nice find. Right back to the freshman Romani Thurman.
I like the decision from Zoe Behrens to go right back to her freshman. Big swing, big approach, cuts it inside that block. And Thurman, she was getting in extra work after serve and pass today. You can see her confidence continues to rise as a freshman.
This fully illustrates your point. It was freshman center to the freshman right side. We're highlighting the freshman Nolan earlier. So some youth on the floor for North Carolina, and Leoniak smashes it through.
Leoniak, she gives you a different look. Hasn't played a ton the last couple of matches, but she brings that length at 6'4", can play over the block, has a variety of shots. And she played for the Polish national team.
Yep, they're working her in early. She's taken 7 swings, second only to, as you would expect, Broussard.
Some of that is because Courtney Bryant struggled against Duke.
Didn't see much of Bryant. No surprises here. This is Leoniak. Maddie May, a really reliable libero. Block, that one stays in. Boy, the big ricochet to the back row.
Really nice read, too, by NC State. That back row attack, it's hard to get a double block up against this. Watch, they get 6 hands up against Schaffmaster, and Madison Williams on the denial. Nice job being high and timing that block perfectly.
Just a slight block advantage for NC State in the early goings of this match.
Just took out our grip, too.
Yeah. Not enough real estate for Foster there. Toppling over chairs, cameras. Better to let that one go. So 3 aces now for the visitors. This is Sadie Swift on the slide. That one's rejected. Foster. That's a great precision kill. Cross court termination.
Great vision by Imani Foster. Double block up, but what, she just cuts it inside that block, and Leoniak comes over to help cover a possible tip, and nobody in that front area of the floor.
Good start. 6 kills, 333 hit percentage. Williams, that one's high. Is she asking for the touch? Yeah, it looked like that one was just a mistimed swing. So now it's 5 up after the error. That's one where you get the natural reaction of one side says,
well, of course, as an outside hitter, you're going to say, hey, there was a touch.
Try to get the call. Savvy move. Leoniak stuck with that one, and now we're tied up 6 apiece.
Leoniak, she hits such a heavy ball too, so you have to try and get a block touch on her shots because so hard to dig that power. Tough serve.
Blocked again.
Riley Schock, really nice job pressing and turning those hands. Watch this double block up from Williams and Schock, but Schock doing a nice job turning her hands back in toward the court to deny Mabry Schaffmaster.
If there's one thing that is a great strength of this NC State team, there are a lot of vets. Might not be so many seniors. You've got a lot of juniors, though, that have been in the Slabé system for many years now. Stokes up high. Broussard didn't have much to work with there, but it's blocked wide of the chalk. So NC State is awarded the point. Blocked, wound up on the other side of the line.
And just sort of a lucky break for Avery Broussard because she, as you said, set tight to the net, didn't have really any options there but to tip.
She's taken a match-high 15 swings, 6 kills, 333 hit percentage. So it's a nice little run here. Wow, that's another excellent dig from Stokes. And Broussard finishes the job.
NC State, they're doing a nice job, even when that block is not touching balls. See this power that Schaffmaster generates. No touch on that block, but still able to dig that ball and run their offense in transition to be terminal and pick up the point.
And so, Kelly, NC State's now on a 7-2 run. Another run that prompts a Mike Shaw timeout. Early in the second set, we step aside. What, 25 miles, 30-minute drive from Raleigh to get here to Chapel Hill. Look, it's been a few years since NC State beat North Carolina. Last time they did so, 2018. In between, it's 5 straight UNC wins. The visitors, they've only won 4 sets in those prior 5 meetings, so it's been one-sided. However, NC State has 1 set in the books already today. That should have been off the fingertips. Regardless, it finds that back left corner anyway, and so Schaffmaster registers her 5th kill of the afternoon.
Schaffmaster is just a magnet for finding the high hands of opposing blocks. Smart shot maker.
2-time all-conference selection now. She's a junior, loves this place. Great loyalty, has been here for 3 years.
So loyal.
Just keeps evolving her shot arsenal. That's wide. Good decision there, Swift, pardon. Just shifted out of the way at the last second. Back-to-back for the home team. North Carolina, Kelly, has lost 2 in a row. Both matches on the road at Georgia Tech, at Duke. These are 2 top half ACC teams. So, yeah, looks like we got the challenge card here.
He was trying to find the green challenge card. I think he finally found it.
He is known for his organization and his detailed scouting and preparation. Where's the card? I'm sure that would drive any detail-oriented coach
Especially
crazy.
him, because he's so matter-of-fact. But looking for the touch on this block, or potentially did any defender, did it hit Swift, really is what you're probably looking at, because you're seeing, maybe Nolan. Right there. Yeah, Nolan potentially did her 4th or 5th finger. Did any of that bounce back? And potentially looking for the trajectory of this ball change. Better angle there. Even if it grazed a fingernail, that would count as a touch. It looks hard to tell.
There, that frame, if so, it's just completely blocked, and it doesn't look like there is. It almost
looks like her fingers are forward. It doesn't look like the pinky finger is bent backwards. We should know that the officials sometimes have different angles than we have on the broadcast, and so to overturn this, you would have to have inconclusive evidence that there was a touch.
And so to clarify, North Carolina was awarded the point because our officials said there was no touch at the net, and that swing wound up wide, out of bounds, and wide of the chalk, if you will, wide of the court lines. And so NC State, Lucas LeBay, the Slovenian, challenging. Doesn't want to give a point away here as we approach the midway mark of the second set.
And the R1 official, who's the up judge that has the view of the net, she's across the court. So Coach LeBay is on the side of the court on that left side where the swing of Brizard was taken.
That's Bonnie O'Connor up on the chair. Michael Holder is who you just saw a moment ago looking at that replay monitor.
And typically when the challenges, when it's taking longer to make a decision, it's because there's not typically enough evidence to overturn the call. Not always, but typically.
Doesn't appear as if there's anything sufficient that would suggest that.
And the R2 will even look at, so we were obviously looking at Sydney Nolan's fingers. Did any part of her blocking hand bend backwards? But they can even look at, we saw UNC, Sadie Swift trying to duck out of the way. So even if Swift on the way out, if that ball grazed any part of Swift, then you could also overturn the call because of that.
Yeah. I'm with you. I just don't see anything sufficient there, and that looks obviously wide of the chalk.
Yes, and it looks to me like Nolan's left hand was a little bit to the right of where that ball, the trajectory of it went.
I think they just, even in the tense moment, the squad might have gotten a sheepish smile out of him. He is as decorated and accomplished as any coach comes. National champion at BYU as a player. He was an assistant there. Went to several Final Fours as an assistant coach. He's got a gold medal in the arsenal.
Which we asked him, where do you keep it? And he said it's in a safety deposit box, and it only comes out occasionally when somebody asks.
Smart man. Keep it in the safe.
He said it's a great memory, but I've moved on from it.
Again, spoken like someone who has a lot of memories.
It's spoken like somebody who has a lot of gold medals,
yes.
too.
He won that, of course. He was an assistant on Karch Corrales' staff, the U.S. women's national team 2 summers ago, Tokyo. But he's been a head coach of the Slovenian men's national team, so a very accomplished, decorated international career. Let's see if this can get something going for North Carolina. That one, though, finds just the last sliver of real estate for a Williams kill. And
really nice shot and decision by Madison Williams. Typically, we've seen her come up with power, just takes a little bit off that ball, rolls it over, able to find just inside that back line.
Williams, redshirt junior, she's one of a couple of the Texas defectors. There's actually 2, a pair of former Longhorns that transferred after the 21 season.
And she's been relearning how to trust her left leg, had knee surgery on that left knee, and has been just dealing with getting her confidence back, trying to come back from that injury.
Tight second set. Applied to Brizard. Leoniak, long reach, was able to set that one back high. Double contact, right? So North Carolina has knotted things up.
And there you see the knee brace, left knee surgery that Madison Williams had when she was back still playing at Texas.
It's a good one. And this is North Carolina's first lead in either set this deep into either set, outside of the first couple points.
And I like the decision, UNC Barron, they targeted Leoniak on that serve. Keep in mind, Leoniak, she's 6'4", so when that serve dives like that, she's got to go down far to get it.
Barron's serve this time is just long. So it's 11 up. This North Carolina team, again, they've lost back-to-back, but you mentioned it, Kelly, it's a youthful team. They're dealing with a lot of injuries the last month.
They had Chapmaster out for a couple of matches. Imani Foster missed time, Romani Thurman. It's really been their pin hitters that have been in and out of the lineup.
Stokes bumps that one up high. Rice. Yeah, that'll work.
Really nice job, NC State finding the hands of that UNC block. And when you're able to tool off the hands, it opens up so much court for you offensively, because you just don't know defensively how it's going to come off that block.
So now back-to-back for the visitors. Kristen McDaniel serves, the general. 5th season, all of them in Raleigh. Little wet spot on the course, on the court, pardon me. We'll clean that up, and away we go. Barrett flips it, back row swing, Foster watches it whiz long. That's 3 in a row for NC State.
Foster's been so effective too on that back row attack, just one blocker up that time, so percentage-wise, that should be the best swing option that she has to score, but it's a little bit off on that range.
Another team with a gaudy hit percentage in this second set. Both are below 200. Rice is blocked.
Shotmaster, really nice recognition. That set pretty tight to the net. Amanda Rice wasn't going to have a whole lot of options of the type of approach and swing she could take there. And Shaftmaster up, hands pressed, back to the court, easy denial.
The soft spot in the D.
All started with the first ball contact for NC State. 3-option perfect pass allows NC State to run their middles. An easy point for Jada Allen, who continues to improve offensively.
Yeah, her hit percentage this season is a career best. She's hitting about 400. One of 2 Wolfpack players that has started every match this year, so a stable force in the middle, and it's 15-12.
Jada Allen, really the epitome too for young players out there. She was cut from her 7th grade volleyball team, and to see what she's doing now at NC State.
Leoniak's kill is swing rather is long.
Right now, NC State hitters haven't quite been able to find the range in about the last 5 points or so. For as well as this offense was running and purring in that first set.
They were over 300 in that first set, you're right. So a 158 hit percentage, set 2.
And a lot of that, UNC's block has been much more active in this second set. Also touching a lot of balls too in transition.
Well, NC State is hoping for less of what they saw Friday. That was a back and forth match against Duke. They lost one, won one, lost one, won more, and then Duke wins the 5th set, 15-13. That's wide, and Swift there tapped her chest to signal, hey, that's on me.
And she knows that to be able to run to the middle there, you have to point score when you have an opportunity like that, single blocker up.
And so sensing that North Carolina State has stretched this thing out a bit, UNC uses the timeout. This is the largest lead of the second set for the visitors. Coming up later, we continue ACC championship season because we've got a pair of women's soccer first round matchups later today right here on the ACC network. Keep in mind, North Carolina, the women's squad is the 4 seed in the ACC tournament. They play Pitt in that 8 Eastern matchup later this week, Tuesday and Wednesday. We got some field hockey quarterfinals Tuesday. The semis are Wednesday at 1 and 3:30 Eastern. Again, right here on the ACC network. All right. 4 weeks to go until Selection Sunday. Here we go. So, folks, let's set the table for you. This is the committee's second reveal number 2 of what the top 10 seeds would look like if the tournament started tomorrow. It doesn't, we all know, but this is how things would shake out. You, of course, recognize Louisville and Pitt in that top 10. What do you make of the rest?
Tennessee new into that top 10, Arkansas as well, and they're both having tremendous seasons. So they are into that top 10 mix. We expected Texas, Pitt, Louisville all to be in there, but Wisconsin only at number 3.
They're the 3.
Down to 3.
So in the coaches poll, it goes Nebraska 1, Wisconsin 2. Stanford, though, according to the committee, is the second best resume out there. Boy, how about that battle a week ago? So Nebraska's unbeaten.
It was a
Wisconsin,
great match.
right? Wisconsin one loss. Their lone loss to the Cornhuskers was a 5-setter.
And they went the distance too in that 5th set.
NC State, boy, even out of the timeout, is starting to pull away. And that one was off a block. It just landed on the North Carolina side. And so a fortuitous bounce the visitors get.
NC State, they've just been better out of system terminating balls. Been a little bit more of the scrappier team. And you see they're only hitting 182 in this set. So it's really been all about the defense.
It's a negative number for the Tar Heels. You don't like that. It's a 4-0 scoring run.
UNC, it all starts with the first ball contact. They have been out of system. Jada Allen has served top, and she's really improved her serve through the course of her career. It's really turned into a great all-around player for this Wolfpack squad.
So Mike Shaw just made a substitution. The freshman Sophie Hampton comes in, outside hitter. And yeah, this Wolfpack team, they've stayed pretty measured in this second set. Even despite some of the attacking challenges, attack error gives possession back to the home team. Six and a half blocks, by the way, as a team for NC State compared to just 3 for UNC. To the middle, this is Allen's backup. That's Riley Shaw. That one is long, so back-to-back errors.
She just couldn't find any hands of UNC to go off of or get a touch. A little bit too much on that ball.
Meyerhofer had a fine day at the service line on Wednesday against Duke. Couple of aces. Shock able to keep it in play this time. At the net, it was touched by a Carolina blocker. Looked like Swift was the last one to get a piece of it. Because of that, it winds up wide and out of play. Point, North Carolina State.
Again, the scrappiness of NC State just keeping balls alive, even on broken plays. And nice job, Amanda Rice, just punching that over.
They look pretty composed. Out of system, you mentioned it before. What lends to that? What leads to that?
Experience, first of all. And also, NC State spent a lot of time working on those transition opportunities, because a lot of times in transition, you are going to be out of system. So it's, can you terminate on out of system shots when you don't have 3 options available?
Yeah, that's one thing Lucas LeBay said the other day that's just a constant in practice, is forcing his team to be in those situations.
He wants to make them uncomfortable in practice.
So they've gone on some runs too, by the way. They were on a 7-2 run at one point this set. Recently they were on an 8-3 run. And so there you go. It's a 5-point advantage for this tournament caliber Wolfpack squad. Swift registers another kill. That's her 3rd.
I would love to see more of that. Sadie Swift off of 1 foot on the slide play. One of the hardest plays in volleyball, 2 to defend. You generate so much power, single block up, an easy opportunity, huge hole, as that second blocker had not been able to close in time.
Okay, ace for Swift.
Swift targeting Ava Brazard. Just mishandled that first contact. Went off the fingertips a little bit weird.
So Sadie Swift, with just her 5th ace of the season, the sophomore from Austin, Texas, has taken this big step forward, prompts an NC State timeout. So Kelly, we keep talking about the tournament. NC State trying to get there for the first time in 6 years. Would be just their 4th ever appearance in the dance. All right, your hopefuls, who you got on this list? You got 7 of them.
You could really make a case for all 7 because, look, all 7 are in the top 38 of the RPI. Miami, 38 RPI, but they are rolling right now. 8-3 in the conference. Wake Forest at 7-4, trying to make their first NCAA tournament, and they have played very well this season. NC State, that Louisville upset, and really the one team that's on the bubble for me is Duke. Rolling right now. They won 4 of their last 5, but their RPI is only 80, so that certainly will hurt their case, just not having played it, as tough of a schedule.
And we almost say this jokingly sometimes. Don't overlook the schedules, right? All those teams that you mentioned, don't overlook the win-loss records, I suppose, is more so what I mean. Because those teams have taken care of business in a sense. So it's a very critical 4-week stretch.
It is, especially because, so we saw the top 10 reveal about half a set ago. Some of the things that the committee factors in determining if you are going to make the tournament as an at-large: strength of schedule, RPI, head-to-head competition, which is a biggie here in the ACC, results versus common opponents, and then significant wins or losses. Significant win for NC State, certainly Louisville.
That's a big one to fall back on. North Carolina, though, is registered back-to-back points. Prompted an NC State timeout. Look at Stokes, was right there to handle it. Broussard, the swing, gets the kill. Wow.
Perfect example is that's a ball that should have been killed by UNC off the overpass. Sky Stokes somehow keeps that ball alive on that dig, and it allows NC State to come back in transition and side out.
How dependable is the Ohio native? Just surpassed, 1,000 digs earlier this season. 3 years in West Virginia. That's Hampton. Might have been her first swing of this match. Make it the second. Shackmaster. That one was flicked back. So here's a free ball for the visitors. Cabello up high to Broussard. Stokes got her fist on it. No one's going to track it down. So a big swing there for the kill.
Sydney Nolan at 6'4". She puts up such a big block on this right side. Nice job of pressing those hands. And she, like we mentioned, she's a freshman. She's drinking from a fire hose right now. Blocking is not her strength, but not showing it there.
Yeah, she's tried that little cut shot a couple of times, just the off speed, and it's worked twice in this set now.
Just a smart shot by Allen, not trying to do too much, especially as a middle. Sometimes you just want to go up there and whack the ball, but knowing and reading that defense, so important.
NC State 2 points away from going up 2 sets to none. On the road at Chapel Hill. Cross-court sit, Shackmaster, and ricochets off the fingertips. Rice, precision kill in the back left corner. Wicked one.
Amanda Rice, she has got that fast arm to beat the UNC block. Hasn't been set a lot tonight. This is really the first time we've called her name at all in this second set.
She's only taken 11 swings, but there you go. A hit percentage that basically mirrors what she did 2 nights ago. And so it's set point. UNC scrambling. What's felt like much of this match entirely. Maddie May kept that alive. And UNC needed it. Shackmaster with a kill.
Shackmaster has really worked on that off-speed look. Somebody that has such a powerful arm, but she's developed those off-speed looks, taking what the block and defense is giving her, goes to that roll shot, able to find the bottom of the floor.
It's UNC's kills leader. 6 today. So he always takes a high volume of swings. Cross-court set to Broussard. McDaniel, first contact. There's a swing. That one's long. And our chair referee up top signals that there was a touch on that attack attempt, meaning last touch by North Carolina, out of bounds. NC State takes the second set.
NC NC State, they have been steady here through 2 sets, trying to get that bounce back win after a 5-set loss to Duke on Friday night. 2-0. They are up here in Chapel Hill.
Hasn't beaten North Carolina in 5 years. However, they are in position to dash that trend today. They've taken the first couple of sets. So 25-21, 25-20 with Kelly Burke, Kevin Fitzgerald with you. So you've used the word steady to describe NC State today. You've used that word several times. Why?
NC State has been really good in transition, which had been a weakness earlier on Friday against Duke. They've studied that out. A lot of it has been their defense is keeping balls alive, and it's allowing them to run their offense. Getting great production right now from their pin hitters in transition. Yeah,
a lot of digs, a lot of good defense, plus they have the block advantage as well. Offensively, Ava Brizard has looked really good. So let's go to our principal, what to watch for. And that has been the play of Ava Brizard. She's worth a watch.
Ava Brizard, so crafty, undersized at that outside spot. Already 8 kills, hitting over 200, and does such a good job of reading that UNC block, mixing up her shots, keeping this Tar Heels defense constantly guessing.
8 kills, couple of digs as well. Just a really savvy hitter. She's taken 24 swings today. And you know, before every match, you know, a lot of players, they have to get prepared. You have to, you know, go over the scouting report and everything. However, she writes a few things down. She journals before every match some things to keep in mind, and she's kind enough to share the latest journal entry with us.
This go-to pregame routine for Brizard, and I love the note she makes: play your game, have fun. So keeping all those things in mind, because it is a game, and college volleyball, especially for NC State right now, trying to make that NCAA tournament, and so you can put so much pressure on yourselves. But so fun and very nice of her to share it with us as well.
I like the 1/3 from the bottom. Just be Brizzy. I know if we looked at your journal, it would say just be Berkey.
Be Burke, yeah, Burke, yeah, be Burke.
But that is really neat. You know, and hey, Ava is very nice to even share that and let us take a deep dive into what the pregame preparation looks like, because for every player it's so different. There's so many different things and so many different tendencies that players have and things they can do pre-match. Just a great way to almost, sometimes you say, speak things into existence, write it down. You can see it, it's real, it's tangible, and then you go out and try to execute it all.
Journaling also, too, it serves to help her work out any pregame jitters and nerves.
Yep. LeBay says she's very organized, so that is no surprise that that element is a staple of her game. Tried to get her hands on that, and she did, but it drops wide. So the 3rd set starts just like the 2nd did. North Carolina got the first couple points. They need this set in a big way.
This is where UNC has to capitalize. They have to be able to go on a run here, really set the tone for this 3rd set. And especially get NC State out of system. The few times today where we have seen NC State have to scramble a little bit and the Tar Heels go on a run, it's because they've gotten them out of system, and it starts at the service line.
Had a couple of wet spots on the floor we've needed to clean up, so it causes a brief delay. Zoe Barrett, the freshman starting setter, is at the service line once again. Stokes sets it high. Still a pretty savvy set from Ribeiro. Now Schaffmaster, nice cut shot. Brizard is the one who handled that. The defensive sequence there, that's a great kill in the back corner.
UNC really needs to get Schaffmaster going in this 3rd set. Just hasn't quite been able to find her range consistently today, but great job just sneaking that between the 2 back row players.
Yeah, she's a force. She's led North Carolina in kills all 3 seasons. Been in the top 10 of the league for 3 years at Chapel Hill. Off the block and out of bounds. North Carolina State capitalizing.
Rice, such a smart shot maker, using the outside hand of that Tar Heels block, and set fairly tight to the net too, but able to go hard off the hands.
Stoops just had no answer for her. NC State kept feeding her. 50 swings in the 5-setter Friday. 10 a set, that's a lot. And 27 kills, a career high. North Carolina denies the Rice attempt.
Sydney Nolan, UNC right now, 5 blocks in this game. Sydney Nolan has been a big part of it. Her 6'4" length and her press is really causing issues for this Tar Heel squad in NC State.
NC State was probably the slightly better blocking team coming in. And so that is good to see North Carolina staying up with this squad. That one's out of play, so it's 3-2.
Rice, nice big swing, has that fast arm.
Jada Allen, the middle to serve. 21 aces this year. Lucas LeBay, he wants every player he coaches to be a 6 rotation player, regardless of position. Crafty shot that time.
And Maria Miggins into this game. She's been the utility player for UNC this season. Started the year setting. At times she's been her right side. She's moved to DS. It's really whatever Coach Shaw needs, and inserted today as a hitter.
First time we've seen Miggins. Veteran from outside of Houston. Grew up in the Woodlands, Texas. McDaniel up high to Leonia. Boy, and the Polish pin hitter just slams it through. Nicely done.
Perfect pass, nice tempo ball to the pin. Leoniak 6'4", such length. Giant hole in that block, and she just tees off.
Yeah, that was a rocket. She's been in and out of the lineup. You mentioned it before. Courtney Bryant had been getting a bit more time recently. Today, Leoniak taking advantage of the opportunity.
Leoniak, she missed the preseason and spring with an injury, so trying to get healthy.
Got the brace on the left leg. Miggins, not much to do there, so free ball. And Leoniak did not have the angle, so that's a errant set. And UNC is doubling up the Wolfpack.
Says UNC has to continue to do that, get NC State scrambling, especially in transition, where today NC State has been so efficient.
We have not seen NC State have to scramble. You're right. Oftentimes today. Shock, got it. That's Riley Schock, the senior from outside of Philly. Gets it done.
Started with the first ball contact. Sky Stokes, she might not be high up in digs overall in the ACC, but I've been so impressed with her play, digging right to target. She's been that second ball contact at times as a setter when she's needed to, and that lethal jump topspin serve we've seen.
Stokes, the total package, displaying everything today. Into the net, that's a service error, so North Carolina maintains the lead.
UNC, they're just continue to shuffle their lineup, trying to find that mix of where they can get production offensively.
I mentioned those runs North Carolina State has been on so many. UNC needs one of those. They need a 7-1, 8-2 sort of a run. This is their largest lead of any set today.
Shotmaster is one of the best at disguising her shots. Looked like she was positioned, her feet facing cross court, like she was going to swing cross court, but goes down the line.
Mike Shaw says, he has said to us in the past, she loves to study the tape in practice, the extra the reps. How can I find the new creative way to get the job done? This run prompts the timeout from NC State.
Shotmaster, one of the veteran players too on this UNC squad. It was so many freshmen seeing playing time. What an example for these underclassmen to learn from. And we are actually going to have a challenge, from Coach Slabay.
So he thinks Shaftmaster was in the net here?
It, to me, looks like that ball actually went off of Naomi Cabello into the net. I don't necessarily see a net violation from Shaftmaster there, unless her lower body somehow hit the bottom of that net.
I think you're right, because the net did start to bob and shake up and down, but that was after the ricochet you referenced.
Yeah, it looked like that ball kind of went off a Cabello on the way down.
So Michael Holder.
And it's a pretty quick decision, too.
He breaches the huddle to deliver the bad news, I would imagine.
How'd you like to deliver the bad news to Coach LeBay?
Well, Mike Shaw's face didn't look like that was any good news, I suppose, for North Carolina.
I'm wondering if they're going to replay the point. Interesting.
So here's the story. By the way, there is a point awarded to North Carolina because that was a double contact. So North Carolina, by the way, is awarded that point. Evidently, the replay cameras or monitors or the video feed that the officials have failed on that sequence. They had no feeds to replay that point, so NC State doesn't lose a challenge. They still have both. We step aside. North Carolina has its largest lead of the match. Mark Packer and Taylor Tannenbaum are back Monday at 6 Eastern. ACC PM is coming your way. So this is a special final hour at 6 Eastern. We will reveal the new football scheduling model with Cal, Stanford, SMU, of course, joining the conference next season. So look for that 6 Eastern ACC PM tomorrow.
If you're going to have anybody get you out of a four-point deficit, Sky Stokes is the person you want at the service line.
Well, let's mark it down, right? So out of the timeout, North Carolina had gone on a 4-0 run and had a 5-point advantage. Stokes, who's got, let's see, 132 career aces, although that one's long.
And that's the first time today we have not seen her go on a point-scoring run at the line.
Yeah, this is an eye-popping figure. She had 56 in a season. That's
a big number.
Extraordinary total. That was 2 years ago. Her sophomore season at West Virginia, although UNC trades one back the other way. So Kristen McDaniel is the senior, the Hawaiian at the service line from Mililani. On the island of Oahu. She grew up maybe 15 miles from downtown Honolulu, the capital. Nice slide down to the knee to get it. This is Rice. Was it a touch? Our chair official says yes. 3-point set.
If I'm NC State, I'm continually going to that right side because UNC has not been able to stop Amanda Rice. 10 kills, hitting .467.
That's It's a match high 11 kills. Another service error though. And so that's 8 for NC State today. Make it a 9 compared to their 3 aces. So UNC has been a little more conservative at the line. North Carolina awarded the point. Watch McDaniel.
Well, what they're going to call is a back row attack on the setter, because McDaniel is technically in the back row, so she can't cross the plane of the net, which she did, trying to rescue that ball.
North Carolina, its finest moment right here, this match in the third. Leading by 6. Daniel to Rice. That one pinballs wide, out of play. NC State the point.
That was a super athletic set by McDaniel. On the run, back sets it all the way across the court to Rice, and that allows her to beat the ball.
There's a freebie for the visitors. Not the right angle there for Allen.
Lift.
And so that was a lift, meaning
she got too far under the ball, so you're essentially carrying the ball.
So back-to-back for NC State. The Wolfpack have taken the first 2 sets, but find themselves in their biggest hole of this match. Maddie May had to cover a lot of ground to track it. Wow, amazing dig that time by Broussard on the Shaftmaster swing. That was a wicked one. Right back to her. That's the second contact, so Stokes has to bump it over. Barron, right back to the star, blocked, and it winds up falling inbounds.
And it's Amanda Rice yet again. I've been so impressed, though, as you see, big time block. Rice, great job on the press, solo stuff on maybe Shaftmaster, and that is tough because she comes with so much power.
3-0 scoring run for the visitors, and so now 7.5 blocks for NC State. However, Nolan that time would not be denied.
Nolan really becoming a weapon in the middle for UNC. Nice job, and just taking a facial almost to Sky Stokes.
It looks pretty natural at that position. Again, her last couple of years in high school, I should say, was more of an outside hitter.
That's what she was recruited as technically, but her play in the middle has been huge with Kaya Merkler being out.
So our R2, that's Michael Holder. He blows the whistle, starts walking in.
I believe Stokes was down or slipped and stopped play. They'll replay the point. UNC an opportunity to go on a point scoring run here with maybe Shaftmaster at the service line.
One just whizzes wide, slices out of bounds.
Shaftmaster just hasn't quite been able to find her serve today. Such a weapon normally.
No aces. She's got 27 of them on the year, which is good for 7th best in the conference. NC State is at an answer for just about everything today, but again, not quite in this third set.
This has been a fun matchup of the right sides, lefty right sides, no less, as Maria Miggins inserted into this match to give UNC some more offense, able to split the block on the seam.
Third kill for Miggins on just 4 swings. Daniel flicks it, Leoniak got it. Just squeaks it inside the out-of-bounds line.
Leoniak, I've been so impressed with her versatility. She's had some big swings and points here today. She also at times has been taking that second ball contact and setting the ball to some of her respective pin hitters.
Fine job passing. She's got 4 digs, 4 blocks, and you're right, she's taken the 3rd most swings today for NC State. Hampton gets it through. It's a big one for the freshman.
Hampton, just a freshman, and doing a nice job finding the low seam of the block to go off the hands. UNC starting to get some offense from some of these inserted players like Maria Miggins, like Asafi Hampton.
He's got a lot of upside. First team high school All-American at Hammond High, Jessup, Maryland. It's outside of Baltimore. This is Williams, yes.
Williams, for having a bad knee, she still gets so high, elevates, really has great vision with that block, able to find the seam of it and just sneak it inside that sideline.
Leoniak, who's from Warsaw, at the service line. Barrett, backs it, Swift, denied. And so now NC State is back within 2. If you're UNC, you don't want to let this door remain open for too long. Back to a 2-point set.
Watch how well Ava Broussard tracks Sadie Swift to the pin slide. One of the toughest places to defend. She has a 5-inch side differential there and still able to stuff her.
And so the crucial element there is just the lateral movement on a sequence.
Yes, because when you're running the slide off of 1 foot, you're tracking all the way from sort of the middle area of the court. So you're having to move laterally and time up your block and the power it generates off of 1 foot.
You're already at the disadvantage being the blocker.
Yes.
The other side having it. Broussard pounds it right through the block and it cascades down. That's a big one.
Ava Broussard doing everything well right now, blocking UNC and also seeing that block really well.
The distribution has been nice offensively, so McDaniel and Cabello, they have done a fine job just working that ball to all areas of the net collectively. NC State hitting 291. Good idea from Barrett.
Great deception from the freshman Zoe Barron. First time today we've seen her dump that ball and completely fools this NC State defense who can't get a pancake up. Bodies flying to the floor.
Well, he almost got there too. That's an important one. And now the home team maintains the 3-point edge. Let's not overlook what UNC has done, especially Barrett's work in this 3rd set. Hitting 333, just 3 attack errors, that's all. Cabello, boy, you know, if there's a time to do that, it's right after your counterpart sneaks one over. We see that often. The center on the other side goes, well, wait a second, I could do this too.
That's what you call a clapback.
Yeah.
Naomi Cabello saying, I counter your dump and here's mine.
Cabello, the senior from Claremont, Florida. Nolan, big swing, hammers it down.
I like that set from Zoe Barron. Sort of a slide play there, but moves the depth in on it for Sydney Nolan, and it catches this NC State defense off guard. We really haven't seen Sydney Nolan go behind the setter yet today.
Quality offense in this 3rd set. Both teams hitting above 350. Broussard nails it. A lot of running room. Hampton was able to get there. However, the swing back into the court of play, no one could get there.
Broussard has such a big approach and such a powerful arm for being only 5'10".
Watch Shaftmaster, she rises. McDaniel scoops it out. Here's Rice. Dumps it. It's down.
Rice has so many shots and just great awareness there off the block, sends it right back over. Amanda Rice continues to play so well for this NC State team. Doesn't always have to be pretty, but she's been so effective. And NC State, you spoke to the balance that they've had offensively. Part of that too, that running that 6-2 offense, they always have 3 attackers in that front row.
got 4 players that have taken 10 or more swings. So let's remind you, as we take a timeout here in this third set, the ACC Huddle crew is back next Saturday. They will be right down the road in Raleigh. Kelsey, EJ, Mark, Eric, and Eddie. The whole gang will be there getting things started at 11 a.m. Eastern, leading you into UNC's game against Campbell. They need a bounce-back win in a big way. That's at noon. Now the primetime matchup, it features NC State. It's Miami and Raleigh to take on the Wolfpack at 8. And so the Huddle team, of course, will be back after the game, breaking down all of the day's action. Florida State took care of business again yesterday. So you've got the Seminoles. They remain atop the gridiron standings, if you will.
That'll be a good match.
It's their conference to lose, yeah.
Pitt, Georgia Tech. That'll be quite the battle.
Well, yeah, on the volleyball court, there you go. Top right, Pitt, Georgia Tech. Right now, the Yellow Jackets, they are
third.
Yeah, they're trying to stick with the 2 thoroughbreds in a sense, Louisville and Pitt. They both went 17-1 in conference a year ago, and they both were in the Final Four. One went to the championship game. Rice tried to dump it. Schaffmaster might have some Wolfpack out of position. Look at McDaniel, great instincts, but the swing is long. Leoniak is calling for the touch. I didn't quite see it on first contact.
I didn't necessarily see a touch, but Leoniak was pretty adamant. Again, keep in mind, she's 6'4", so she can see very well above that block.
So I think our chair official just...
I don't know that Coach LeBay, he may not have any challenges left.
Well, our chair official signaled with the yellow card. McDaniel took a moment to go
over and try and get
yeah, to go talk to
from the R1.
Go talk to Bonnie O'Connor. Now Schaffmaster says, "What's the scoop?" All the while, LeBay is right on Michael Holder's hip. So no challenge.
The yellow card acts as a warning.
So it was either on a bench or a player. That's going to be Nolan going over the net that time. McDaniel was incredulous for a quick moment, saying, "Where's the whistle?" She got it, and it's back to a 1-point set, a set that North Carolina has never trailed in.
There's a composure and calmness, though, still down 1 for NC State.
They're trailed by as many as 4 in this set. Oh, wow, a brilliant pancake, but North Carolina punches right back. 21-19.
Sydney Nolan now 5 blocks for UNC, and she has put up an absolute wall at the net, teaming up with Maria Miggins. Look at how high she gets. Great job on the press.
Maddie May at the service line. North Carolina desperate, down 2-0. With a 2-point advantage. Cut that in half. Rice with, what is it, 14 kills.
Wolfpack, when they've been able to run that offense to the right side, especially with tempo, they've been able to beat that UNC block. It's been a very effective option.
A career season for the junior from Lamont, Illinois, suburban Chicago. She's pushing a 5 kills a set average today and on Friday as well. Leoniak, power swing. Barrett gets to it. Hampton, roll shot, handled. Leoniak cuts it through. We are tied.
Kristen McDaniel right now, the setter for NC State, doing a really nice job making this North Carolina block play all across the net. Going over to Leoniak, that block can't close quite in time, and that 6'4" size and high contact point.
Here's a freebie. McDaniel, who does she want? Shot. It's handled by Miggins. Hampton. Yes!
The freshman Sophie Hampton, love how fearlessly she swings. Crucial moment of this match, not afraid to just come with the power against this NC State defense.
North Carolina has never trailed in this set. Where does Barron go? Right back to the freshman. This is Leoniak. Blocked! And UNC is now 2 away from extending this match.
The block has been the difference in this third set for UNC. Sadie Swift, great dive move into the path of Leoniak's ball, just completely takes any sort of angle away.
Timeout deep in the third set. Lucas LeBay uses his second and final. We were knotted up at 21 just a couple moments ago, and then back-to-back for North Carolina. It was the Hampton kill and then the Swift block.
Huge.
A little bit of offense and defense working in UNC's favor.
This net presence of UNC has been huge. And North Carolina, how they've gotten back into this match, that block here in the third set, putting up an absolute wall at the net, as well as just been able to serve tougher and run their offense with more efficiency. They've been able to have more 3-option passes available.
Yeah, they're hitting, what, 259 in this third set. There it is, and you can see the disparity from especially set 2 to this third set. 259, its best offensive performance.
The other thing that's been a spark for UNC is they've inserted a little bit different lineup. Sophie Hampton coming in, she's been a spark offensively, especially in these last 2 points. We've seen Maria Miggins been able to terminate at times, so changing up the lineup sometimes. Coach Shaw shaking it up, trying to find the mix where he can get offensive efficiency.
UNC has won 5 in a row in this series. North Carolina State hasn't beaten them in 5 years. They're up 2 sets to none, but down 2 in this third set. Heavy dose of Leoniak, and off the block, she's able to convert.
Leoniak seeing that block so well, goes off the left hand of UNC's blocker, and Sadie Swift tooling off of it. Big, hard swing.
LeBay makes the substitution, and Brizard comes back in. Daniels, Sydney Daniels, a player he loves, really good defensive specialist. Heads to the bench.
They'll sub for each other. When Brizard's in the front row, she'll come in. Daniels will play the back row.
That one's long. Boy, at the last second, Schaffmaster ducked out of the way. UNC set point.
The 11th service error for NC State, and that one at a very costly time.
McDaniel over to Brizard. But they track it down. Hampton gets there. But it gives North Carolina State the free ball. McDaniel. Oh, Schaffmaster kept it alive. So here's a third chance. Brizard. Oh, down the line, got it.
Brizard, what a crafty shot. Had the solo block and just able to find the inside part of that sideline. NC State hanging around.
That is a courageous swing down the line there. And so Mike Shaw is going to use his timeout. So this next point is so critical. Of course, UNC can win the set here. However, you know, you drop it, now it sets up one of those situations where you got to win by 2. First to 25, or win by 2.
If you allow NC State to tie this game up, you also start those question marks start coming into your mind, especially with this young UNC team. Confidence becomes a little bit shaken trying to close it out.
It's a set that UNC has led the entirety of, and by as many as 5 in this set. Make it 6, pardon me. That was their largest advantage in this set. And Brizard with the latest kill for NC State, her 11th of the match. By the way, check this out down the line, right? So after McDaniel was denied, North Carolina's got to bump it over. And then just watch this one and the attack here by Brizard.
Watch this placement. This is the craftiness we're talking about with Ava Brizard, undersized as an outside hitter. So she has to get creative with her shot making, but just able to sneak it inside that line. 11th kill of the night. She's got that deep toolbox of shots, and she wants the ball in big moments like this.
Well, and 2 things there with Meyerhofer hugging the line. It was so close. She thinks that one's out of carve out of play, right? And earlier in the sequence, she tried to power through the block. North Carolina handled it, changes it up. So the savvy sophomore from Novi, Michigan, gives her team a chance. UNC, you've got to shut the door here. Set point once again. But look who's at the service.
Right.
Sky Stokes. Always tough to handle. This one's on target to Barrett. Barrett, and it's wide. North Carolina needed it, and they close the door on the 3rd set.
And North Carolina perfectly played that first ball contact. 3-option pass, Mabry Shotmaster, your go-to player, to close it out. UNC finding life, down 2-1 here from Chapel Hill.
Third set defensively.
It all started with the block of UNC. 7 blocks now in this match. And keep in mind, UNC's front line, Sadie Swift, 6'3". Sydney Nolan, 6'4", so you have got some size at the net, taking advantage in that 3rd set, and really a lot of momentum shifts there. It starts defensively for this Tar Heel squad.
7 blocks as a team, 3 of them in that 3rd set, and it was a set that they never trailed in. Led by as many as 6, and were able to close the door late. And so they stay alive in this best 3 out of 5 match. We played at 25 in each set, unless we go to a 5th, and then it's 1st to 15.
And really, it was the block, and then it was a little bit of lineup changes too. Safi Hampton coming in for Imani Foster.
You know, Hampton was effective. No attack errors. She's taken 8 swings, 3 kills. That's the freshman from just outside of Baltimore, who has had a productive October.
She's come in and played more because Shotmaster missed a couple matches, Foster missed 3 matches, and she had 18 kills against Miami in October.
That was a season high in her rookie campaign. So Mike Shaw used her almost like keep the ace in the hole. And the X Factor came alive in the 3rd set. Ioniak to the floor to gather that one. Here we go in the 4th set. The visitors took the first 2. UNC won the 3rd, and by a razor close margin. That big swing is out of play, and so North Carolina starts ahead 1-0.
NC State, I like that they tried to go to Jada Allen in the middle to really open things up for their pins, but it's a little bit off on that range.
A lot at stake if you're UNC. They've lost back-to-back. And this is their first home match in quite a while. They just finished up that 5-match road trip. And so it, just like NC State, has 1 month of opportunities, just 4 weeks left. And they'll play some tough games, tough matches, I should say, like the one today. Wake, they're at Louisville, have to play Duke again. Mabry Schaffmaster the kill.
Schaffmaster, it feels like she's come alive in the last half set or so. She's all over the court, making defensive plays, starting to really find her range into double-digit kills now.
33 swings for Schaffmaster, and so I'll do the quick math. I mean, that's more than a third of her team's swings, like 35, 36%. So that is a high volume. She's always been a volume attacker. In her 3 years as a Tar Heel. Right back to her on this side of the floor. Stokes hovers underneath it. This is Rice. Oh, a sledgehammer straight down and finds the floor.
What a shot from Amanda Rice. And as a lefty, she's got a great line shot. And you have to remember that as a blocker. You have to take away the lefty line.
Several NC State pin hitters of late just painting the line. Did you see the hit percentage? 542 today. That'll work as well. Our counterpart Schaffmaster just pinballs that one.
Schaffmaster, she has been effective to start this fourth set. And that was a concern for NC State coach Lucas LeBay, is we need to slow Schaffmaster down. We're not going to stop her, but can we limit her effectiveness?
Averages about 3.5 kills a set. McDaniel, did she lose did the shoelace rip? Do we need a shoelace exchange?
Is that even something you carry with you in the bag, extra shoelaces?
Well, if they did, they will now. Everybody brings an extra pair of shoelaces moving forward. Schaffmaster lets it rip. That one should have, no, it's wide. Looked like she might have painted it right in there.
No, it was in. The R1 he just signaled it, flipped that line. We'll see if there's a challenge at all.
Ooh, very close. Yeah, I think one of our line judges immediately put the flag up in the air. So if it's up in the air,
overruled by the R1,
right?
Who has a closer view and is above.
Yes, that's Bonnie O'Connor up on the chair. So when the flag goes up, that signals something is out. A serve, a attack, anything really. Flag points down towards the floor. That indicates it touched the floor in. And so we're going to have the challenge from NC State's side. Actually, that second replay, or the first replay, I should say, was closer than I thought.
I think it looks to me like that ball clipped just a little bit of the white line. And here's the thing, if it hits any part of that white line, keep in mind too, when the ball hits the floor like that, it compresses. It looks to me like that ball is in.
First instinct, or at least first glance for me, I thought that one was in.
Overturned though.
And that last freeze frame image must have been the one.
Good challenge.
Schaffmaster says, no thanks. I'm not a fan of that ruling. However, it's now 3 up early in the fourth set.
Really good challenge from Lucas LeBay.
So Naomi Cabello serves away. 2 years at Texas. Early time to recruit. Now her second season in Raleigh. Two-center offense. NC State's block serves up a little denial at the net.
We really didn't call NC State's block much at all in that third set. So that block, that defense of NC State, going to be important here in the fourth.
And just updated now, 9.5 to 7 block advantage. Something on here for North Carolina. That was a clean serve receive, a clean set from Barron, and Nolan smashes it through.
Like the decision to go to Nolan, work your middles in transition, especially you've got Mabry Schaffmaster in the back row right now.
It's been all Barron running the offense for North Carolina today. The freshman setter, Williams with a dart, going out by Maddie May. There's a free ball. Williams again. Schaffmaster got her fingertips on it. It's a third straight sing for Williams. Enough arc.
Finds the back corner. Just a great shot from Madison Williams. Look at how high she is. block touch, but just rolls that shot and able to just pinpoint placement of that back corner. Smart shot, Madison Williams.
That was close, and so Mike Shaw is going to challenge himself. He counters with the North Carolina challenge.
You and I are pretty close to that corner. It looked to me like it was in.
Well, at that angle, it certainly looks closer maybe than
we
at
thought.
first glance.
Yeah, that's tough. It could be out.
Well, if history is any indication, I will say I think the latest challenge sequence feels almost identical when we slow it down.
Here's the thing, too. The line judge was right over that ball.
Yes.
That's about as good of a look as you can have as an official.
So, based on those looks, we're pretty unanimous here in our thinking. We both thought our initial instincts were correct. And the last scenario, there was an overturn. Unless there's another angle that we don't have, this might get overturned as well.
It is overturned. Or no.
Right there, that final frame. So Mike Shaw says, oh, how do we use the challenge card as well? So they each swipe one away from the other. But into the net, the service error gives NC State possession. So they both get to retain the challenge. I think Mike still has 2, and NC State just 1 left.
And you'll get a second one if you end up going to a 5th set.
Yep. You get one back. You're rewarded one if you do end up in a 5th set. Now, North Carolina State would certainly like to avoid that. They won the first 2 and lost the close 3rd set 25-23. UNC has to get there if it wants to keep this win streak alive against their rivals from down the road. It's only about a 25-minute drive. That's it from the Raleigh area and NC State's campus to Chapel Hill. This is Brizard off the block, tips out of bounds, and so NC State is rewarded.
Brizard using that UNC block so well, goes low seam into the hands, able to tool hard off the block out of bounds.
Here's Sydney Stokes. 2 aces today. Allen was able to punch that one right back. It's a little too tight for Swift. Barrett coming this side to Hampton. The block slowed it down. Williams wants a little revenge. Hampton turns it away.
Hampton, the freshman, great job on that press, and watch her shoot her hands over this block. Complete denial of Madison Williams. Sophie Hampton has given this Tar Heels squad a major lift since coming in the 3rd set.
Just get that mental advantage, and you turn one away quite like that. North Carolina is awarded the point after a double contact is the signal from Bonnie O'Connor.
NC State, the errors in this 4th set are beginning to add up for the Wolfpack.
Well, I would certainly agree that errors is what's bedeviled them here in the 3rd and 4th sets. And again, they only lost that 3rd set by 2. There's a rejection.
Really nice adjustment, too, by Sadie Swift and Zoe Barron on that right side block. Got tooled out of bounds last time. This time able to turn their hands back in toward the court. Great adjustment by the Tar Heels. And they're up 3 in the 4th.
Timeout at Chapel Hill. Capitalizing off the NC State mistakes in this 4th set, holds a 3-point edge, fresh off of taking the 3rd set.
Tar Tar Heels doing it with a number of young players making big contributions.
Hampton, a freshman, just served it away. You've got their freshman setter, number 1, right there, Zoe Barrett. We've seen a whole lot of Sydney Nolan, freshman middle block, proving impactful at various times throughout the set.
And you have a freshman setter in Zoe Barrett, who has been superb here the last 2 sets and running this offense.
You know, the breaks are definitely going North Carolina's way. They're taking advantage of it. This is a 4-0 run. So Hampton to serve away again. And floated too far. Another service error.
And the service error is starting to add up for NC State. That's number 13 in this match. And they've come at costly times in the 3rd and 4th set primarily.
Yeah, you don't want 3 or 4 a set. That's the average right now. They really only average about 2 or 3 service errors a set. Oh, wow, Brazard with a BB and lets out a roar. That had been building for a while.
There's the fieriness of Ava Brazard. This is what you call an angry swing, just teeing off on Sadie Swift down the line. Love the exuberance.
Pure emotion from the sophomore. That's their kills leader. Top 5 in the league in that category. Digs that one out very gracefully, and Leoniak with a power swing of her own. Schaffmaster off the block and out of bounds. UNC has done that well in this 4th set.
Schaffmaster has really worked on that shot too, of finding the outside blocker's hands of NC State, swinging to perfection off the tool.
Still early, however, UNC hitting 286 in this 4th set. They're coming off their best offensive set in the 3rd. Barrett just whipped. That's another kill for Rice. 17 in not yet 4 sets.
Rice so hard to scout because she's got so many different angles. Great cross-court shot as a lefty, and she keeps this UNC block guessing.
And it's not like she's the volume attacker. There's 2 other Wolfpack players that have taken more swings than her today. They've taken 24. Barrett to Miggins, blocked. There's Leoniak.
And I would have liked a different set choice from Barrett there, as the block of NC State set up, ready, great job. Leoniak on that press, taking away that look.
Chase that one down, and the attempt went wide of the pin. You've got to keep it between the pins, and so because of that, NC State is awarded the point.
This is where kind of danger zone for UNC. You might need a timeout here. NC State can put together a 3-point run.
We're pushing deeper into this one. 4th set between the rivals, an important one for both late in this volleyball season. Remember, quarterfinal action, women's soccer ACC championship, Wake at Clemson. It started on the app, and we will get you there when we go final here in Chapel Hill. After the 4-0 NC State run, timeout. 12 up.
NC State doing it at the net. The block, last couple of points, as well as Leoniak taking a big swing.
So Lucas Lobe's team is back in this thing. He just continues to elevate this program, doesn't he? Last 2 years, back-to-back top half finishes. They're trying to go to the NCAA tournament this year for the first time in 6 years. Pretty decorated player and coach. Yes, you got to flash it all the way back to his days at BYU. won a national championship there. Later, as an assistant coach, they went to a couple of national championships. And he was a coach over in Europe as well for close to a decade. Also was the Slovenian men's national team head coach. So he is coached at the college, professional, and Olympic level. Oh yeah, you get a little piece of gold too.
Which he has in his safety deposit box at home, but he's literally has experience at every level of volleyball.
Very accomplished. So he was finishing up that 2019 season at BYU. This opportunity opened up here at NC State, and it was a chance to be a head coach at the college level. That was, you know, he talks a lot about let's check the boxes off. NC State's checked a lot of boxes this year, and so there's a box that he has checked off, if you will, in his coaching career. Now a head coach at the collegiate level.
And coming from a very good BYU program.
Well, his team has gone on a 4-0 run. Jada Allen at the service line. Wolfpack had the upper hand. They took the first 2 sets. Barrett to Shaftmaster. Rice says, get that out of here.
NC State's block making great reads right now. Really, this UNC offense has gotten a bit predictable. And look at the hand placement and press from Amanda Rice, turning it back inward on the stuff.
A clean block. And now 11.5 as a team. So you're basically at, what, 3 a set. Could be much more for an average. And the R2 gets Shaftmaster for a double contact. That's a 6-0 run now.
The error is starting to mount up for UNC.
North Carolina said it many times in that 3rd set, they never trailed. They had led the entire way until just a couple moments ago in this 4th set. Sydney Nolan, not the answer that time. Here's Rice, jams it down wide though.
One of the few errors we have seen from Amanda Rice today, who has been so effective on that right side and has had that line shot working to perfection. It's just a little bit wide.
Just 4. You know, it's been neat to watch her evolution because each year she's just gotten a little better. And this is her breakout season. A career best kills per set of 3 a set, hitting what, close to 300. That's Shaftmaster, wicked serve. There's her first ace of the night.
And top spin serve coming at an opportune time too, that ace.
Stokes to Leoniak. Maddie May finds that one. A couple of Wolfpack are flying at it. They're able to keep it up. Second chance after the tip. Shaftmaster got it, but that one flies out of play.
Amanda Rice, she's really become the go-to player, especially in transition when NC State needs a terminal swing.
You know, and she was slumping there for a couple of weekends in October, and then ignites 2 days ago at Duke with the 27 kills, 27 in a 5-set match, so a little more than 5 a set. That's exquisite, but still hit 440 on the night.
And she's really found her groove. She was sick earlier in October, and so that slump, partly coming back from that, just trying to get her footing back under her and her rhythm offensively. I'd say she's found it.
She was just brilliant in that Louisville win as well. Hit 433 in that match, so comes up big in the big moments. Leoniak blocked, and we're tied up at 15.
Sydney Nolan, Coach Shaw telling us her blocking still major work in progress, but he's got to like what he's seeing today from his freshman, as she's been all over the net. 5
blocks. That leads all Tar Heels, plus the 6 kills and just the 1 error as well. So now, here we go. We're getting closer to the 4th set finish line, and this thing is all knotted up. A tight set, just like the 3rd. Miggins cashes in.
A really smart shot. Maria Miggins just throws that ball down into that block, and those blockers, their timing thrown off too by that shot. Miggins, one of the spark plugs in that 3rd set.
just basically every set has been close. NC State just definitely controlled the tempo in the first two.
And NC State really controlled the net, too,
yes.
The first two.
They go 25-21, 25-20 before dropping the third set by 2, and they've knotted it back up again at 16.
And really, where UNC has had an issue is on that right side, whether it's Amanda Rice taking swings or we just saw Leoniak from that right side, but Tar Heels block has had a hard time taking away that right side look.
Neutralized by the block that time. Shot got a piece of it. Brizard denied. Back to it. Here's a free chance for UNC. Nothing. Cabello to Brizard. That looked like a touch. And so Kelly, there we go. Back and forth. 10 ties and now 5 lead changes in this match.
Ava Brizard just continues to do such a nice job finding that block in the high hands of it.
I said match, but just the fourth set alone, 10 ties and 5 lead changes. So this has been the tightest one, most intense. It has been played even just about every moment. Tied again.
Avery Schaffmaster got the touch from the back row.
Meyerhofer serves it. Schaffmaster went after it. May got a right fist on it, just not enough leverage to catapult it back the other way.
Great hustle, though. Look at this power swing from Ava Brizard. And Maddie May laying out to try and get to that ball for the one-arm dig. Very close.
15th kill of the match for Brizard. This is Sky Stokes. Maddie May tracked that one the whole time. Leoniak, that one center tumbling, but she kept it alive. Double contact, North Carolina ties it back up.
And a big side out for the Tar Heels. Big rotation to get out of, too, with Sky Stokes at that service line.
Boy, intense fourth set. This is Schaffmaster. Flicks it right through Allen's hands.
What deception from Avery Schaffmaster. Looked like she was just going up to tip that ball, was hanging in there, and then last second just throws that ball down.
Yeah, Schaffmaster, you talk so much about her abilities. No, it also comes down to the athleticism, the conditioning as well. 44 swings, she's always taking a high volume and yet can have such an impact late in a match. That's how you become a all-conference first-team selection.
High volume, she's already a double-double, and keep in mind too, she gets served and targeted a lot from opposing teams. So having to handle a lot of balls all around the court, offensively and defensively.
Tied up still, Barrett. The no-look pass, if you will, no-look attack. Schaffmaster, right idea, hit the tape though. And NC State pulls back ahead. It's the first to 20.
You can see the frustration on Schaffmaster's face too. She knew that she had that block beat. Just a little bit of a mishit.
It's a wild fourth set. 13 ties and 7 lead changes. We have just had a consistent trend of, one team taking the lead, losing it, then taking the lead back, losing it. Brizard up high, off the block.
Oh, what a dig.
And that went around, did it though? Yeah, the NC State sideline was saying that one went around that outside antenna.
And you've got two teams. NC State.
Don't lip read on that one.
So much on the line. NCAA tournament trying to really continue to position themselves to get an at-large berth. And then UNC can play the whole role of spoiler here. Then you throw in the rivalry thing too.
And maybe a little side of Amanda Rice today. 18 kills, has hit 500 and heating up just as this match gets deeper.
And the efficiency, too, hitting 500. Amanda Rice, no defense right now can stop her in the ACC, following up her 27-kill performance against Duke. And she has such great vision, reading those opposing blocks, so many different angles. She's a nightmare for opposing coaches to scout.
And so she's helped NC State now inch that much closer to a match win. They're 4 points away. We've certainly got a long way to go, the way this fourth set has played out. But there's Lucas LeBay pointing to the noggin saying, hey, let's stay in this thing. They are a few points away from closing out the weekend with a bounce-back road win.
An important one, too, after losing a heartbreaker to Duke the other night. 2 points in the fifth set.
This is one, if you're a head coach, you know, boy, you've got the late set advantage. You let this one slip away. We go back to 0-0, you know, and you never want to lose focus in a scenario like that. McDaniel has had a fine day defensively and setting. That one's blocked, and it's wide. So North Carolina's back within one. Schaffmaster again.
Great correction by Mabry Schaffmaster, swinging a little bit higher off the hands. Last time she swung, trying to beat that block into the top of the tape.
Sadie Swift to serve. Critical moment. What does McDaniel want? Wants the star. Brizard. This one has UNC scrambling. Somehow found its way to Schaffmaster. Rice denied.
And Schaffmaster, the setter McDaniel had to take that first contact, so it was Leoniak having to set that ball. Made it a little bit predictable for UNC and able to get their block set up on the cross-court look.
It's 21 all. 14 ties in this set. However, the error gives the lead and momentum back to the Wolfpack.
And Ava Brizard at the service line, who had 3 service aces against Duke.
Yep, pardon me. It's been a very entertaining fourth set. Miscommunication, 23-21. NC State gets a break.
And that's a costly miscommunication. NC State all of a sudden a 2-point lead, and really Schaffmaster should have just taken that ball.
Ava Brizard serves it away. Barrett back to the stud, punched back. She wants it. Got it. 1 point set again.
Maybe Schaffmaster just taking over this match late for UNC here in the fourth, keeping her team afloat. You see the double-double numbers, 18 kills, 11 digs. Does it all as a 6th rotation outside for the Tar Heels.
Where did the Wolfpack go? McDaniel wants Rice. That is vicious. And we have a match point.
And of course it's Amanda Rice setting up match point for NC State. The go-to player today. She's been so effective and really unstoppable from that right side.
I mean, this is pretty much your ACC player of the week, right?
It better be.
Certainly, yeah, nominated herself for that award, to say the least. It would help if she's got a win in that application. Match point for her team. Schaffmaster stuffs it through. We're not done yet.
Not so fast as Mabry Schaffmaster, who has had about the last 5 points for UNC.
18 kills, and most of them, you're right, in this fourth set. Feels like it's, what, 6 or 7 in this set.
And that was after getting off to a rough start in that first set.
NC State uses the timeout, so Slabay calls timeout here with UNC serving on NC State match point. You like that timeout?
I do. Trying to ice the server a little bit. And also remind your team, keep in mind, Coach LeBay, very in-the-moment coach. And just reminding his team, who's very experienced, just settle down.
So both teams out of timeouts in this fourth set. They've used them up. And they have exhausted just about everything. This has gone back and forth.
Keep in mind, too, these are two coaches. They are friends. They live about 3 miles apart. They've been trying to, Coach Dahl telling me, they've been trying to get together in the offseason, haven't quite made it happen yet. But even their youngest child, respectively, at one point were at the same elementary school together. Now they're at separate middle schools, but a lot of parallels in their lives.
Mike Schall's team needs one last rally. And so if you're UNC, the only way you win this one is by winning by 2. So, however, it's just 1 point at a time. Meanwhile, on the other side, NC State, on the heels of the agonizing 5-set loss on Friday.
And here's what's going to be.
Here we go, though.
Yeah, Mabry Schaffmeister at the service line. That high risk, high reward, jump topspin serve.
Schaffmeister, by the way, 9 fourth set kills. 9 in this fourth set. What does she have? McDaniel flicks it. Rice. That one got tipped. And so here's a chance. Hampton just had to punch it. Who wants it? Rice. This is still alive. Schaffmeister tracks it down. Back to Rice. Game winner, Amanda Rice, on the heels of a career-high 27 kills on Friday, punches down her 20th kill in a 4-set winner in Chapel Hill.
Rice with the exclamation point. She has been unstoppable all day, hitting over 400 and making a huge case for ACC Player of the Week. NC State picking up a huge rivalry road win.
Hope you enjoyed it. For Kelly, our entire crew, I'm Kevin. So long. NC State's a winner in Chapel Hill.